Alrighty, hello, and welcome back to some game development. Hope everyone's having a good day so far, hope everyone's having a good one. I'm a little upset with myself. I haven't been able to get the time to do the recorded devlog for this, so I haven't actually put the update out yet. But it's coming. I've got most of the stuff prepped for it. I'll also warn, there is a slight irregularity with today's stream, is I couldn't really wake up today, right? So I thought, what is a really funny way to wake myself up more? And how do I best describe it? I'm sure you'll figure it out as soon as it occurs. But yeah, no, hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good one. Just a nice, relaxing, chill time. Nothing weird possibly going on. But yeah, hey Devil, how's it going? Ooh. I've also come to realize that, like, at this point in time, I might as well say I'm gonna stream basically every day that I can turn up. The only day I've, like, set aside at this point is still just Wednesday, and that's because I'm like, no, I absolutely need to just, like, do shit on Wednesday, regardless. I see an early old man. I mean, it's not early. It's the time that I have. Yeah, that was exactly what I was expecting. Alright, so... You know how I said that I potentially did something to help wake me up more? Because I was not really waking up. And you'd find out as soon as it happened. Fuck no. Oh, it's so dumb. Alright, hey, yeah, so how you doing, Sweeve? How you doing, Clap, as well? Alright, so let's get on with what the game dev is. It's so dumb. So dumb. What's wrong, Clap? What are you questioning? Alright, so what kind of needs to be worked on? Because I need to kind of, like, limit what I'm working on to things that can be done before I would push out for an update. I could toss in some, like, assets. Some visual assets. That'd probably be quite helpful. Cause like a lot of the abilities obviously are still missing their assets. So let's start doing that, shall we? Let's see. Pull up my file so I can just start kind of dragging in things that need to be done. So I've only got the 3 weapons at the moment, which does make this kind of easier / harder, because I have to find specifically the ones we're looking for and put them in. Yes, import this. That's why I dragged and dropped. Then I've got to look for Iron Mike. rename this quickly to SP honeyed chloricon. I wanted to give a suggestion. If you were to give us a part of the document where you have the notes of the game, it'd be easier to look at the state of the game, the characters to give ideas on the Discord. So, while I kind of agree with that, to an extent, the problem is, what the main document where almost all of the ideas and everything is, has stuff in it that I can't legally show. Well, without breaking potential confidentiality and contracts. So I could probably make our document specifically for public viewing and information, but I'm gonna openly admit, when I'm being the solo dev on the game like this, it's much harder for me to remember to keep that updated. Because, like, I write my notes in... I'm not kidding. At the moment for the this game, there is 4 different locations I write notes. One of them's physical. And that's probably where I write the most notes for this game. So it's like, I don't put the notes in the other locations. That is my problem. That is something I openly admit to, and is one of the things I've always hated doing when I even worked in IT, was documentation. Like, I'm decent at it when I need to, but that's also because, like, I was paid to do it, I had to do it. This is slightly different. I'm not paid to do it, I do it by choice. So, while the documentation can look nice, it also, I need the constant reminder to actually update the fucking shit. So, it's definitely something I could do. I would just need to set up a bunch of stuff in place to ensure that I'm, like, frequently doing stuff with it, right? It's not gonna stop being, like, incredibly dumb funny to me. But yeah, no, it is definitely an idea. I mean, it's like, so what do you... Like, this is why I kind of say I'm fine with people duplicating ideas, though. Because if you suggest something to me that I've already got in my list, right? That's indicating, desire for that. That thing, right? So that means, like, I'm given more validity, of what the idea would, like, that people would want to see said idea. So that's why I say, like, I don't disagree with Devil's idea. I think it's a very valid one. I think, especially on the longer term, I probably should. Like, I think definitely on the longer term, I definitely should do something like that. As a way to kind of, like, keep up with, this is what's currently in the game, these are the current next steps, things like that. That's probably quite a solid, idea. In fact, the more I'm thinking on it, the more I could probably toss together something relatively quickly. It would just be setting up the formatting and setting it up in a way that, like, how do I phrase this best? I would need to put it in a space where, like, it wouldn't, because, like, if I do a Google Doc, right, a good old Google Doc-y, God, that music's getting loud. If I do a Google Doc, it has access to information from there that I'm not quite happy putting forward. So I'd need to find a good documentation drive for it, which is normally where you use something like Git, right? gets really good for that because you can just keep a documentation form there. It would help out. What else could I do towards it? I don't know. I definitely could do something, though. I don't think that's wrong to request something like that, and I think it's actually a really... Like, the more I'm thinking on it, the more I'm convincing myself to try and figure out a way to make it work. Because I think the biggest problem the game has at the moment is the fact that there's not a current version of it out, right? So no matter what I talk about, what I say towards anything, the actual feel of the game, the general motion of the game, all of that is not really immediately available to you guys, and that creates a bit of a gap between what I talk about and what you can understand, right? Irregardless of how well I might explain it, you'll never be able to actually obtain that full understanding of the situation due to the fact that, like, it's just, you don't have the same, the same access to this game as I do. SP, need to close icon. SP and non-feather icon. There we go. Do you guys have any suggestions for where I could put the documentation like that? Because, like, ironically enough, partially another thought is, like, actually just straight up having... I don't know. Because, like I said, I don't want to do Google Docs, because Google Docs technically, technically speaking, if I use a Google Doc and I share that in a public way, even if it's not, like, editable or anything like that, it does allow easier access to stuff like my email, which I'm not happy with. I don't think I can make it so you can't see the author of the piece. So that does, like, beg the question on that, right? Some people use Trello for that, but I don't know if you can hide your email there. Yeah, I don't think I can do that with Trello from memory, because I have used Trello before. And, like, yeah. You can make a dummy email and share it through there. Yeah, I could, technically. I don't know, like, I prefer to keep it all correlated, though. Yeah, I think dummy email is just the correct one. I'm gonna have to just make another email. I'm just gonna have to make an email, and I'm just gonna have to make it so it's all blocked up and everything, so no one can, like, interact with it. I'm gonna have to, like, make a fucking specialty password for it again, aren't I? That makes sense. Because what I can... I wonder if I can hide editors of it. Because if I can hide people editing it, then it means I can make the dummy email, make the dummy file, and then edit it from my main one, so I don't have to, like, keep fucking swapping. I'm actually literally gonna Google, some of the stuff, right? Okay. Yeah, so it's probably just a burner. That'll be fine. Oh yeah, by the way, I started tossing this deck together. The one that I said I wanted to make. Which is the villains deck from the Doctor Who stuff. Like, it's literally just very slightly edited with cards I own already, so... Because I kind of like the idea of the deck. I love it a lot. Yeah. So this is, again, a reminder that I have the full intention of buying every single Doctor Who precon and then another Villains precon in addition. To make it custom. And yes, Dr. Eggman is in here. It's a couple of villains that definitely you wouldn't expect to see in here, like goblins. I still need to finish editing. I swear I was at 100 cards a second ago. Oh yes, because I'm supposed to be at 26 lands. Or 36 lands. Why is it not... There we go. Start down the stairs at the toe of your... What do you mean? What's wrong? What's the problem, Cloud? I see no problem at the moment. I'm gonna be honest, I was actually gonna do this for Halloween, but we didn't really do Halloween stream, so... Because technically our quotation marks Halloween stream would have either been the 1 hour or whatever long villainess stream I did where I was completely shattered, or I was doing the karaoke stream and I was really fucking distracted, so I wouldn't have set it up afterwards. So yeah, you're basically getting my, like, leftover idea from a Halloween stream today. And yes, it is fully inspired by fucking, RT Game. I fucking love how he does it every year. Was it Luigi's Mansion, but with just random sound effects in the background? Just stop showing me this message, Game Maker. Just put the shit in. And then it's bug, bug, bug. By the way, do tell me if it's too loud for you guys, because, like, it's pretty fucking loud for me, but it's funny. So, I don't have a problem with that. But it might be a little too loud for you guys, and I do understand. It's just funny. It's just funny. Doing it for the bit. Alright, let's see what this looks like in game. Alright, let's see. Go here. Cool, that works. Would like you to check out a playlist I once made. Sent in DMs. Oh no. An hour, nothing but, and I just see the... Oh god. I'm gonna dread clicking on this. Probably am. Sound is good, I think. Cool. Cause I thought I'd balanced it out correctly, but like I mean I could be wrong. Let's see. Jesus Christ. What is this playlist? Oh, it's so cursed. No, the thing is though, you can't just have that as a playlist. You've got to have that as like a all of them occurring at once. Right? Like that. Because you need to not know what's coming. That's why that one's so fucking charming right now. Hey, hey, Sid, how's it going? Alright. I probably should just add something quickly so you can swap around the characters. I re-add something for that. Did I not have a... I think I had a character thing put together, but I might not have used it. Character porn. I do have a character porn. I've just not done anything with it. Yeah, this has got the description of exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, Actually, I'm gonna make... So, okay, this is the trick I did last time. Ah, cool, it is already on there. Yeah, so we've got that set up. So you can't currently see it because it's down in this, like, bottom section here. But there is a defined on the object itself, not in the code, a variable for character index. So if I grab the entire program and put it in the center here, you can see right here, there is a character index and a -1 default. So that is basically my way of kind of cheesing some stuff. So what I'm gonna do is... How do I want to handle this? I probably should handle this off the player, as the player is the better option. No, let's get some stuff done here first. So... I need to do... a really quick thing with it, which is, how do I do this, actually? Because where's the list stored? Do I store the entire list on the player? I'm pretty sure I do. Player character list, yes. Okay. So... what we would do... I'm actually gonna do something really weird and funky here. I'm gonna be kinda lazy? Yeah, let's be kinda lazy. So we're going to need... I'm gonna probably have to make this as a thing, right? Okay, there we go. We're getting there, we're getting there. Honestly, I should just... no. You can do that. Local player dot... actually, could expedite this with var... R equals local player dot the name of the array, which is player character list, and then it is character index. Then it's car. Pardon me. Sprite 0. Alright. How was your yesterday? Yesterday was actually not too bad. I played a couple of games of Magic, which I played 2 games of Magic and it took 5 hours, which was really painful by the end of it, because like everyone at the table's like, we just want this to be over, and I'm like, I finally started having a thing happen. I'm like, I'm doing this so we can end this and get out of here, because we've been in this specific game for like 3 hours, longer than we should have, because everyone should have died like 2 hours ago, at least. That was pretty miserable. Yeah. Did you buy new cards? No. I did not buy new cards for playing yesterday. I was still playing with the decks that I had before. I would not have definitely bought new cards at all today, this morning, before stream. I would never. I would never. Never. I want to know, and everyone said they didn't want to take me into town so I could go buy all of the precons. So I haven't bought all the precons for Doctor Who. I'm still, I have to wait. Makes me a little upset that no one was enabling my poor financial decisions more yesterday. I'm gonna be honest, I'm the next opportunity I have to go into town to find out if the one of the local game shops is cheaper than the other local game shop, because I know how much it is online at one of them. If it's cheaper at the other one, that I frequent more, I would like to get from them, because they normally are cheaper, but they don't sell online, and that's why they're cheaper. You have to actually go in. I'm still upset, because I want to go in there as well, because I want to see if they still have the showcase box for Final Fantasy 1 that I keep talking about how I want to get that, the Christmas showcase box, because it's fucking sold out pretty much everywhere. And it's like 80, 90 bucks? So it's not like, that's going to be annoying. And then the problem is, scalpers have bought it and are now charging like $300 for it. I'm like, you can get absolutely fucked if you think I'm going to pay $300 for that thing. I hate scalpers so fucking much. I think they're a disgusting breed. I'm half disappointed in you. How dare you insinuate that I may or may not have bought a deck and I totally wasn't building stuff about it this morning. That I may have already shown. No, how dare you insinuate that, Clap? How dare you insinuate that I would make, like, buy the villain's precon, the one that I want to upgrade on its own, and, like, do that, and also in that same time justify buying another thing at the same time. How dare you fucking insinuate that? Who would buy the Sonic the Hedgehog secret lab? Anyway, yeah, so, yeah. Anyway. I don't like these insinuations, Clap. Look, I want to stress, say what you want. Me buying just that was my way of telling myself to not buy the other four, like the four base ones right now. It was, I did one or the other. I said that to myself. I did one or the other, because I'm gonna do at least one this week. I chose the one that was less money. It's only $200 instead of $400. Now let's not look at that too hard, alright? That's fair. Bonk. Okay, so. Damn, I got double bonked. I need to open up the world space. And I need to set up a... Let's do it on a step event. Collision event sounds better, but not at the same time. So left is negative. So let's give it a fair, decent birth. Up is negative. Oh wait, no, this is the baseline. I'm doing a radial thing. Yeah. Give me a sec. Yeah, when I'm choosing between magic or fate. Well, the difference is one's a PNG and one's cardboard. At least one of them's fucking real. I don't put money into gacha games. Because that's a dumb thing to do. Because they could just tomorrow decide to close. Not that they will, but they could. Whereas, even if Wizards close, I have cardboard forever. I can at least burn it in the fireplace. Let's also close an eye on that I enabled you a little bit. Yeah, you have enabled it a little bit lately, Clap. It's fine though. Like, it'll work out. I'm not overreaching. That's why I had to choose. Because if like, it's one of those things of, realistically, I could have actually done both, but because we're so close to the PC upgrade era, and we are very, very close to the money on that, I could do something about it. My train of thought is a complete shutdown of the original, and then a month or two later, a new version, but the old cards were just not usable. I mean, again, I stand by, I just don't give a shit. Because, like, if Magic shuts down tomorrow, right? This is me being really fucking over the top. I still can just play Magic the Gathering. I can still play all of the game that I have played up till now with the people that I have because we have the cards, right? How close are we, by the way? The 51 doesn't seem real. It's a mixed bag because, like, it's kind of one of those things of, I've not updated it because the money that goes on Ko-fi is what updates it. I have to manually go update it any other time, and I only manually update it when I actively have money that I've spent on the parts. So once that happens, which will be this month, that will get updated. I assume it's going to get updated to probably close to 70%. Like, think of it like that. That's kind of how I tend to deal with that Ko-fi thing. Is I update it like that. Because it's got a base value I input that it comes off of, and then it's got the values from when Ko-fi gets the donation directly. And knowing that my intention is to spend at least $600 this month on PC parts, because my intention is to buy the motherboard at minimum, potentially RAM, or potentially, potentially it's basically everything but GPU is what I'm aiming to try and sort out in the very near future. GPU is still the one that I'm like, I don't know if I do a layover for that for now, or if I just say the PC's not getting built until I get the GPU. I might try and see if I can source a basic GPU I can toss into it without too much problem taking it back out, and we'll work like that. Because keep in mind, the CPU that I will be using, I think it's an understatement to say it's like 10 times more impactful. So, again, the stream lags because of CPU lag. The CPU gets hit by somewhere between 30 to 60% just by the stream software alone. It's normally sitting at about 40 to 50. Like 45 is probably an accurate average. Then VTube Studio hits it for somewhere between 4 to 10%, depending on the situation. And then that leaves like all of the rest of the computer to run off basically 30%, potentially. That includes whatever I might be playing or doing, right? So if I put together this PC that I've got, especially with the fact that my full intention is to keep this PC usable and stream off this PC, but run everything off the new PC, then we'll have basically... The best example I have is if you've ever seen one of the streams where I play off a console, so very little lag on the stream's end and anything, and then it's just all of everything else run on the main PC, I would probably be able to run, like, basically brand new games. That is actually it. And if you're wondering how hard will it be for me to set that up, I already have a capture card. I have an external capture card. I literally can just do change my plugs around and it would be done. Best case scenario is I also get something so I can, like, do a keyboard and mouse for the other PC, like, sort of thing. Like, the old PC, that will be the streaming. It does mean if I ever want to upgrade to a, like, more intense model, then I would have to probably sort something out around that, but... Remember how your internet was shit the bed during Fable? Yes, but we did solve that, though. That was, like, literally the connection was the problem, right? Because that was when I was having to run, via the, like, a power connection, right? So we had a connection in the house, and then it would have to come out to my room, and it was awful, because it has to go through breakers, which meant that it basically turned an internet that was, like, alright, decent, to absolutely, like, when broadband came out level of fucking output. Like, single-digit megabytes is what I was seeing. Like, double-digit was a lucky time. If I hit 10 megabyte, oh boy. Whereas now I'm sitting closer to, like, 1,000. Like, I'm closer to a gig now. Which is, like, that was a big difference. So, yeah, no, that's why, like, I keep talking about how big the PC upgrade is, because we could do just, fuck it, let's play Minecraft, let's play whatever we want, really. We would be able to play anything that's non-restricted by, like, is it streamable on the platform? That's the only restriction we'd have anymore. Unlike now, which is like, the main restriction is whether or not my computer will fucking explode. Because we have, again, so just as a soft reminder, we have the CPU, we have the PSU, we have the case, we have the cooling unit. That's the stuff that we definitely have guaranteed. Right behind me. And then, like, again, a couple of peripheral things. I'll sort out more cables as well, and some of that stuff closer to the time. But, like, I'm gonna be honest, every other thing that's not a core piece at this point would be at most like $100, especially when I'm gonna get a mate of mine to come along and help me, because he has a bunch of tools that I don't want to have to go rebuy. And I'll see whether or not he'd be willing to do it on stream with me, because it would be fun to build it on stream. I'm pretty sure I can convince him to say yes, especially if I give him a box of beer. Knowing that I'm giving him a box of beer anyway, he'll probably just be fine with it. If you're wondering, yes, that is how he gets paid. And yeah, if before you question it, yes, this is his request. This is how he wants to be paid. Give him beer. It's great. How much is a box of beer? It's like, for him, because he actually is fine with cheap beer, somewhere about like 30 bucks. 30, 40. I'd probably go for like a $40, $50 one though, because I'd probably want to get him something decent. And I'm talking like 24 fucking bottles. Did Twitch die? Not on my end. The bitrate's still there, connection's still there. Yeah. It did send a new Discord notification? Oh, okay. That would definitely be a Twitch end thing then, because I'm literally seeing no problems on my end. That's curious. Yeah, no, like, I'm buttery smooth today, pretty much so far. So that's a Twitch thing. It looks like it's, yeah, so I guess fucking Twitch shat the bed for a moment there. Curious. It's the enter key that I'm looking for. Alright. And that's how it's worded. Yep. Should be how it's worded. Wanted to mention something funny I saw recently. Oh. Was it a mirror? Wow. I'm sorry. That was mean. It's a game with a very intricate building system, and all the players just turned it into a building sim with trapping the girl in some cage. What the fuck? Wait, you can't just drop that information and not give me more fucking context. What? That's... I just want to know now. Like, wait, what game is this? How is this okay? What? I'm probably not going to be able to, like, show it on stream, but, like, this sounds amazing. What? That's... okay. Why not? I showed it on Steam. Alright. I'm looking this game up. Because, like, I'm sure if I go look at, like, the community posts, I'll see something about what you're talking about. No, wait. Hang on. Let's see. The tropical, so is it, I'm gonna have to be really careful what I show. In case it flicks to some hentai shit. Is it this one? Oh my god. Oh no, wait. What's the community? Is there community? Community hub for this. Where is the community hub thing? I can never remember where it is on here. So view discussions. Let's see there. Just go to all. Yeah, here we go. Yikers. Oh wow, this really is just a straight up hentai game, huh? Classic game dev stream. I mean, it's a game dev stream in the sense that there is game development occurring, and then it is off topic as hell. Oh yeah, I cannot show, like, a lot of the... Why is, like, 2B in it, though? What the fuck? Holy shit, the design work in this, though. No, this game actually, yeah. They've done a really, really interesting job with this game. This game would be so good if it wasn't a hentai game. No, real talk, this is actually impressive. What I'm kind of seeing. Yikes. I was just looking at some of the community build stuff in, like, the community tab for it. That's insane what you can do in there. Yeah, no, I saw that house. Yeah. Like, that looks impressive. But yeah, no, the price is obscene. It's like 100 New Zealand dollars. That's a little much. It's a little much. That's interesting. I mean, I stand by. People get, like, underestimate constantly games like this. That come out and, like, people make it for weird, like, fetish content or all sorts of stuff, right? But, like, this game's actually impressive in what it allows for, because, like, that would be with... Wow. I do think there's concerns with the game and its attention. But I'm hoping that it's a learning exercise, nonetheless. People can potentially replicate some of the stuff that's in there, to do other stuff. Unless they go and, put a patent on it. But don't worry, they'll fail now. There are tons of good hentai games with amazing gameplay outside of lewds. Yeah. I mean, we could even make a joke at the fact that, like, Hunipop, right? Which is probably one of the most famous, hentai games there is. And it is just, Candy Crush. And it's like, it's a solid Candy Crush game. It just happens to have, like, whenever you get a thing, you hear moans. Right? And you have a woman on the side that's potentially just straight up naked. Like, it's... The game itself, when you take it down to its raw elements, is fairly well designed. It's a very basic game, and they knew what they were doing. Like Dispatch? I've actually heard about Dispatch. Right? I feel like... Yeah, we talked about that the other day. Yeah, that's the superhero, like... what's the term? Telltale style, right? Yeah. It's a gif of a female siren head just dancing in the distance. Ow. That one sounded like it broke something. Devil using YouTube. Yeah, it's... Devil using YouTube is a rarity. Literally, streaming it and telling you about it. Yeah, that's right. Look, shut up. I'm doing my best, because, like, I look at it and I'm like, that's right. Devil told me about this. I remember seeing some stuff about it. I haven't actually watched any proper gameplay other than, like, people playing it terribly, and it looks really funny. The first time was half muted, I was stupid. We've all been there. We've all been there, don't worry. And we'll all still be there some point in the future. I'll still screw it up. Scuff is inevitable the further you get into streaming, isn't it? It'll just be like that. Early onset dementia for this guy? Hey now. At this point, is it even... Oh, no. Okay. I was about to say, is it even early? But no, can I show you guys a tweet that fucking sent me? And I'm just, like, actually upset. Are you guys ready for, like, a real... Most of you will be fine with this. Aw, tweet got removed. Anyway. This one here. This one fucks me up. Get yourself an older woman born between 1988 and 2001 and settle down. Older woman, 1998 and to 2001. I'm actually gonna crash. I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm actually gonna cry. God, that tweet, the pain. It hurts so much. Because, like, all I could think is exactly what I just... But I'm older... Oh. Oh. Dude, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting to go on there and take strays like that. My goodness. Exactly. I'm an older man now. Shut up, devil. Does that make you, Malith, ancient man? At this point, it really... Dude, I did not expect to have someone say, get yourself an older woman, and then that. Like... Bro, you say get yourself an older woman, I'm probably looking at like the fucking early 80s. Like early 1980s. Like what the fuck? Yeah, exactly, Sid. Exactly. Like seeing that just fucks me up. It's like what the fuck? Bro. Oh, so yeah, that's mildly upsetting, and by mildly I mean very upsetting. Older woman who's between 24 and 20. Like, is it wrong of me to say that, at least in my eyes, when someone starts saying older woman, I'm thinking like 45 onwards, right? Like, that's when I feel like we start getting into the category where we go like, oh no, we'd consider that a mature woman, right? I think that's valid. I think that's like one of those ones where like, even as you get older, you'd still kind of sit there with that, like, oh, if someone said, get him, like, you want to be in a mature relationship, you're probably looking at that sort of thing. That onwards. To hear under 30 years old Not only that, but to hear, like, late 90s to early to... Look, I stand by. You born after fucking Shrek came out. I can't consider you a normal human being still. I consider you a... I can't see you like that. Because that means you were born after 2001, and that doesn't stick in my head, the fact that you are now, like, potentially 24. That just doesn't work. Like, I refuse. 30, 36, an older woman? Anything over is cougar territory? Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one, but yeah. I'll use another descriptor, but I'm not sure that's allowed. Do you mean MILF? No. Yeah, I don't know really what to say to that tweet. I just saw it and it made me hurt. And I thought I would share that with y'all. How does this get used? I was born after Shrek. I'm an anomaly. Born after Shrek. How are you all born after Shrek and allowed to use the internet, man? Empty egg carton. What a fucking statement, son. Jesus Christ. That's fucking rough, buddy. Wait, why is this access denied? Access denied. I'm trying to look at the manual. How are you telling me access to the manual's denied? I just want to look at rollback. Fuck you all, man. Can't believe you just said that. Yeah, the fucking audacity. Which is a really great editing software. No, it's not actually. Oh, it's not bad. Depends what you want to do. It's not too bad if you're doing it for the right stuff. Can I not access rollback in this set of stuff? How do I access rollback details again? I think I'm just gonna have to go external. Game maker rollback. What's the point in me being sneaky with it if you're just gonna put me on full blast like that? It's because it's funny, ain't it? may have to join the cancel culture on Twitter now and use it against you. You'll be joining Devil in that with his Google Docy system, he's been doing. I fear that Google Docy. One of these days it's gonna get sent to me, and I'm gonna be scared. Defining inputs. No, I need player preferences, right? I'll show you guys what I'm reading. In case you're curious. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. So, that's the setting. So, we're gonna set a thing. Let's see. Do gifted members not show up for me? Wait, what? Did what not show up for me? They don't? And what the fuck, Clap? They actually don't show up for me. What? How did that not show up for me? That's pretty insulting. Just like Super Chat. Super Chats do! They don't show up in the normal chat stream, but they show up on the side thing. Oh no, they do show up in the normal chat. Like, okay, you want to see. This is me showing behind the curtain for a moment. This is what I see. And you can see here, like, this is a thing here. I can see that. This fucking nothing. God damn it. I need to figure out how to, like, make that system better, man. To be fair, I need to finish setting up the thing that I said I was going to set up at some point. Where the fuck was I? God damn it. Which reminds me, Clap, do you still have, like, all of those audio clips of me saying really out of context dumb shit? Yes, I see that one, Clap, for fuck's sake. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so player preferences. How do super chats look? Okay, this is what I see once it drags over. OBS does not like getting moved around. Whoa! Oh, you can't really see the chat. There. So you can see, I see it here, and then I also see it up here for super chats. Also, what? Okay, never mind. So I do see that. Also, that occasionally it does that. It's just it doing a soft reset because it's lagging. My client's lagging so hard. My computer did not like that. OBS does not like getting moved around. It is very temperamental. Gonna have to cook food because hungry. Fair. So how do I change those variables then? You want them? I mean, it would be funny, right? I'm assuming this is just going to send me to the same bit there, right? Oh. That's... Okay, so that's how I access it. I don't even need to... It doesn't like it, though. Are we sure this is... thing? Hmm. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. Alright, give me a second. Hmm. That doesn't seem to be syntaxing is correctly. Because what it's saying here, this variable stores the preferences set for the current player. So do I need to do this with it? Potentially. Call functions, character index. Doesn't seem right. Try to work out the timestamps because I have literally a screenshot on the clock in the top left corner of my phone screen. So basically, I'd look at the properties of the images, check the day, and look for the time on the stream. Yeah, because if you could do that for me and find as many of those as you can, I can do something funny with them. And I think you guys would appreciate the funny. Again, that sounds like someone just got hit and, like, fucking crumpled. Right? This is the sound of me hitting you and getting hurt instead. Damn. Okay, so what if... Let's try this. I'm curious how, like, this might not work. Oh, wrong layer. Instances. Put you here. And then what we can do is I can open the properties of this and open the variables of this. I can edit this to 0. And then let's see what happens when we do this. Let's see. Off topic, I rolled in the standard banner in Star Rail and got Bronya Lycone. Don't own Bronya. Yeah, I mean, Bronya's a... She's been gapped a lot in power, but she is still a really solid support. It's one of those, like... If you have her Lycone and you have her, she's pretty decent in a lot of specific compositions. You have Acheron as your, like, main carry, if I remember correctly, so she's not a bad shout for you. All I want Bronya for, man. Yeah. Like, I have Sunday in the position what you'd probably have for Bronya and Acheron team. But that's also because, like, I wanted to get Sunday because I like Sunday's character, and now I'm justified in my decision because now I have the brand new Dan Heng as the support for her. So it basically means she gets the full amplification. Okay, so it's asking for the player ID, not the the object ID. Gotcha, Chief. So what I actually have to do is, weirdly, do that. Oh yeah, Bronya's not a solid, is a pretty solid shout for that. I don't know who's... Oh, it's Pela, isn't it? Is the free-to-play friendly Acheron Nialty character you want to get? Jinglue for a carry, but no idea how to build her and what team I want. I mean, she's been updated. So now she's health scaling. Which is a big... Ooh. See if this works. She's health scaling now, so she actually has a lot of support. Okay, that didn't work. Gotcha. So what if I do, instead of this bit here, we do... but yeah, so she did get a rework because she used to be attack scaling. Now she has more of her, like, passive stuff going, and she's health scaling. So it's basically health and crit damage, but you don't need as much crit chance on her because she gets a huge boost to her crit chance. I think it's like 50% when she's in her form. Fuck, relics I had on her? Yes. That same happened to me. To be fair, you probably also don't have like the relics that feel better on her, which I actually can't remember. Is it the debuff ones? Is the better feeling ones on her now? I think so. But like the supports you want for her, I mean, I still personally believe her best healing support in the game is holocure. But I know people will disagree with me, and I don't fucking care. The problem is that he's attack scaling, she's health scaling, so it starts getting like, where do you put your like AoE buffs? Do you want to like just, you'll have to find damage amp specifically. Sorry, I just saw something that does require my immediate attention. Oh no! Oh, wait. Okay, so this is... Alright, give me a moment, I need to sort something out. I see. So... that... then that one. No. I have no idea what the fuck this is set up as. Okay. I will deal with that later then. I believe it's as it is though. That's very weird. Okay. I'm not gonna bother. No. Is there an OnlyFans you never told us about? No. So what's supposed to be the actual input for this? So that's get, set. So it is the same as the other one. Okay. Because this is the setup thing. How do I edit it then? That's not the way to edit it then. This is the way to set it up at the beginning. Yeah, so this is the before start. How do I edit you then? How do I edit player preferences? Okay. Roll back to find player. Oh, this is not what I want to be working with then. Okay. Yeah, so they're startup functions only. So how do I store then the current player re-reference? Yeah, so it's a load up function. That's what it is. So, does that mean I have to store an ambiguous struct for each player? On the multiplayer object? To be able to transfer through this information? That one hit, like, weirdly. Okay. So I think I have to set up an ambiguous. I give up on trying to understand what the fuck's going on with this. Alright, there we go. Right, but middle pipe falling in game. Maybe. I think there's a thing for it on the list. Each player's ID is set hard-coded to that value for all clients. Local is determined by which one is the local variable of that thing. So what I need is... Pardon me. When a player would join, their default is set. To whatever it was set to last time. That was the idea. So when you would exit the game, it will remember, like, it will save that. Whenever you change character, it would save what character you've changed to, so it will be the one that you get the next time you load up the game. That will be the idea. I haven't implemented that fully yet, but you know, it is what it is. So that means I have to set up God damn it, someone tipped over a few of them. That means... Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha, okay. Okay. This is such a weird thing I'm gonna have to figure out. For now, I'm gonna do it lazy, but I'm gonna have to do this, like, really, really intensely. Because I'm gonna have to figure out how many players are in the lobby whenever one would join. Right? Because it would be to do with all of this stuff. Because I do want to have... Technically, the game's going to be hot... hot seat, hot joining. By design. In the lobby. But not in the game. The game's not going to probably have a... I don't know if I'll be able to set up a system for that. Because that will... Like, yeah, I think if you leave and try and re-enter the game, there's just not going to... I'm not going to let you back into the previous lobby you were in. Just because there is too many technical complications that can occur with that, right? Like, what happens when a character comes in after levels have occurred? Do they catch up on levels? Well, technically they do, but they don't at the same time. I'm not going to be able to save all of that information. So it's just once you leave... If you leave the game while it's running, the game will not remember you. You will be kicked to lobby. Will I have all players kicked to lobby? I could probably be careful about that one and make sure it doesn't. But I have to now make a ambiguous struct of player preferences. What's this? I don't care about any of those. We'll do that. Okay. So now I need to set up a okay. So this is where we need to have a bunch of different things. I do have a player get local thing. I forgot I put it in there. So for now, that's the one that I know I need to have in there. Okay. How do I check live players? How many live players there are? Rollback variables. I think you're awake at this point, am I? I'm not sure. Especially when I might end up having to go somewhere tonight. It's only been 2 hours. Don't worry, the video is only 10 hours long. Random pipes. The portal radio 10 hour had a guy farting in the middle of it. How come I didn't hear about it sooner? That's... damn. What do I want to do? I wanna... means I'm needing to be up. Yeah, fuck it. Alright, warning. Tomorrow's stream either might be delayed or cancelled. We'll see how it goes. I just got a message. We'll see. Yeah, it's us. Sorry that my real life stuff has to take some precedence from time to time. How do I actually do this? Good luck with IRL stuff, though. I mean, I'll try and make an effort to... I should be able to get back, and it will only be, like, a slightly late stream. I'm hoping. I'm trying to cap this occurring to only, like, 2 or 3 times a week. So please understand that, like, it is me actually making an active effort to, like, not have this happen all the time. But yeah, I can only do so much, right? Ugh. This would just be better like this then. I need to set an alarm. Give me a second. This one gets changed. 11:30 p.m. Save. There we go. Alright, oh, pardon me. Sorry. Doesn't mean I need to make sure I get my washing done. If I need to be up by 11, how much sleep? When do I start sleeping? It's like fucking try and gear up for bed at 4? Yeah, sounds about right. I can still watch some anime. I am watching through Call of the Night again at the moment. So I can get to the 2nd season of that. So I did finish my Dress Up Darling, which that was fucking amazing. Now I'm doing Call of the Night. And if you're wondering why I've been, like, not watching a lot more of these series that I keep saying I want to watch the 2nd season of, it's because I want to watch the 1st season before rewatching them. Because it's been long enough I can justify it. So the same with Apothecary Diaries. The problem is, Apothecary Diaries is like a double length season. So when I go to watch it, I'm going to have to sit down for a very long time to watch it. So I'm assuming I'm gonna have to do this, and then I'm going to do prefs dot Like that. That'd make the most sense. Alright, I'm actually gonna be back in a quick second. I need to go to the bathroom. Oh. Alright. Can't believe we're not getting the chair when he leaves. Yeah. I know, right? I'm such a horrible person. I don't even give you guys, like, a chair to look at. You just get to look at my weird sleeping face. Alright, So, I think this should work. Then, what we do is that the player sets their stuff. This isn't how I set this anymore. So I'm gonna take you out, and then I'm going to tell you to go look at sorry, it's game manager dot player prefs bracket player ID dot character index. And then let's see how this works. That timing is very funny. Let's see, I just remembered now not so new tech mod for Minecraft. It's similar to OG tech mods, am I correct? Called Auratech. I feel like I know that one. Which is normally a sign in its own right. Do I need to define the player before I define the preferences? Yes. This part, though... Okay, I see what I've kind of caused as a problem. Okay. To the Forge page? Yeah. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? This feels really weird. And then, this. Then I'm gonna just quickly tab over to here. Then I need to get game manager dot player prefs. Oops. Bracket local player dot player ID dot Okay, that should work. Except I forgot one other part. Okay, how is that not working? There. Thank you. Curious, what happens if I do... Okay. So we need to keep doing this until we see us spawn as Mermaid. Ah. I figured out the problem. No. I was so sure that was the problem. Maybe... that? Alright, I mean, technically I don't need to be actually doing the for loop, right? And just run, that part. Doesn't fix the problem, but it doesn't break it either, which is important. Okay, well, for now, let's be lazy then. If this part isn't working, let's take a different approach. There's one other approach we can do. We are are skipping over it in a really... another way to test things, basically. Which is set you to not being mouse. And then we can actually test whether or not the character works. I can set that up properly later, because again, the idea is that you would... whoever character you played last is the character you're playing as this time. Interesting. So this failed to do this part here in particular. That shouldn't be set to variable only, read. So it means that I'm executing this incorrectly, I think. So let's have, quickly, what does this actually output as? You saw the whole controversy with Bao? No. I don't think I have. Again, like, I tend to try and stay informed, but I also tend to avoid controversy. It's a really weird mixed bag. Yeah, so I'm not constructing correctly. Where am I not constructing correctly? I did see the, I wanna be bread memes going around the place. That's the only thing about Bao I've seen recently, which was fucking hysterical. Oh, that one, yeah. Frazed has run away. Okay, so I'm gonna immediately say I'm actually on Bao's side with that tweet. I did see that tweet. Because anyone that doesn't like that message doesn't have reading comprehension. So yes, I did see that one. And I honestly, I cannot stress enough how much I couldn't care less. Because if you are incapable of understanding what was actually written there, you clearly need to recheck yourself. Outed as a joke. I'm so glad people like to read into things more than they actually do. Or get involved in things that is woefully not their fucking deal. So, okay, you want my short answer on it? Like I said, I fully agreed with her. I think that case goes for... You could arguably make that case in general across a lot of things. Right? Like, I think whenever you are a small creator and a larger, much larger creator starts to interact with you, there is always a part of your brain that you need to have that has warning bells ready. Especially the case if they are of the other gender. Right? I think that goes for both sides of this, but I definitely think that it is best to keep this very clearly informed for smaller female streamers. I think that is a very valid point. To read any further than what was said, I think is just people being assholes. Proportion way too much. No, I think Bao's right on the money. I stand by. I read that and I didn't have any problems with it. I think the only people that have problems with it are people that wanted to have problems with it. And the problem is, no matter what you do, it is always going to be taken out of proportion. Like, it's always going to be taken, it's always going to be segmented out, and now, I want to stress, while there is, again, a sense of controversy, the vast majority of people that are looking at this are clowning on those people for their inability to actually read it. That they picked apart, like, I think it was a total of maybe 10 words out of the entire thing and only read those words in a distorted order. I pay no mind to people like that, and I don't think any of us should. Because the more attention you give them, the more anything you give them, the more validity that they feel like they have, and the more gratification they gain from the scenario. Which is why I didn't do anything in relation to it. Like I said, I actually saw Bao's tweet, like, I saw that tweet back when it was just that tweet, and not any of the talk around it. And I just scrolled past any time I saw someone being a dumbass. It's not worth my time or energy in my life. I have so many other things I have to handle in my day-to-day that I already struggle to do. Why should I have some random dumb shit drama that is purely people wanting there to be drama be part of that, like, scale of things? Exactly. Sometimes those are comedically timed, I have to say. So, I stand by, well, you could make an argument, sure. There's maybe an argument for gender-neutral phrasing. I don't think that's the problem. I do not think that that would have changed anything. I just think this is a bunch of bad actors being bad actors. And it's just left at that. Like, this is one of those times I will say, like, it's fair to review and scrutinize certain things where it's like, okay, well, this could have been phrased differently, this could have been said differently, this could have been acted upon differently, and we've seen this many a times, especially this year with a bunch of different streamers, where their approaches to things could have been better. But I'm gonna be perfectly honest, also, a large chunk of the time, nothing would have changed. There would have still been problems. There would have still been bad actors that would have hammed up the situation and caused problems. Regardless of what happens. So, yeah, like, that's why I don't respond to that stuff, Devil, because it's just not... For other reasons, yeah. It's just not worth dealing with other people being stupid. Not giving them an outlet, not giving them anything. Like, I don't really want to use it as a comparison point, but let's just have a moment of going and reminding ourselves of many of the things that happened this year. Let's just go with the pirate software scenario, right? I have dealt with so many people that have told me to the ends of earth, if he had just apologized, it wouldn't have been a problem. He did. He apologized poorly, admittedly, but, like, he did. Okay, so what's your argument now? Oh, I should have done a better apology. Okay, that's fair. But also, you're just being cunts at this point. Hamming it on and on and on, going, oh, I always thought he was this. I always disliked that. I'm gonna be honest, anytime I hear someone say, oh, I always had a bad feeling about this person, I just kind of don't care. And that's why, like, I don't try and say that shit often, because I have people I have bad feelings about, right? Like, I have people that I'm like, I never really trusted you. But, like, it doesn't change the fact that it's like, oh, you're saying that fucking now? So, what happened to before when you actually spoke of them positively? Were you just, like, keeping your thoughts deep down, or are these thoughts that are informed by the events occurring at the time? Just don't engage with it. It's not worth it. This is why I make the effort to, like, spread positivity. Sure, sarcasm's kind of fine, but, like, it's just spread positivity because there's enough people out there spreading negativity or engaging with negativity. You don't need to. It wastes your time, your energy, and your fucking psyche, which, let's be perfectly honest, in the modern day, we're all lacking in that department. We need every scrap we can fucking keep. So why the hell am I spending it on random internet desertants that clearly just want to fight? I dislike that we're at a stage where I think the general best thing that can be done for most people is to just mute, block, and ban anyone that is just being more than once dumb, like acting in bigotry fashions, and not giving them any outlet. Now, is that like a massive, massive push of, like, restriction of freedom of speech? Sure, you could make that argument. But this is the problem we have in these platforms, is sincere. Like, I'm gonna actually talk about Chris Broad's situation recently, right? Chris Broad. He dealt with a sensationalist YouTuber that would post content very much doom-saying a lot of the stuff in Japan, and actively making an effort to make it appear like Japan was a significantly worse place than it actually was, and representing it poorly. Now, do I think Chris represents Japan in a very positive light? Yes, I do think that he puts potentially a too positive of spin on some of the aspects of Japan from time to time. However, I don't think he ever embellishes the truth. That's the big difference between that. And that's what sensationalist content is its embellishment for the effort of getting clicks and views. I could say, as an example, that the Bao situation is so big and massive, and it's such a big it's not. But I could say that, and that would get more attention on a video, wouldn't it? We saw this with YouTube for a very long time, and we see this across general media and media outlets as well, is that the most success that videos and all that got were when their thumbnails grabbed the viewer. It was the reason why we made the joke about the red circle meta, right? Back when that was happening. It's a lot less the case now, but like, it used to be every video would have like something on it with a red circle and maybe pixelated out. What did that do? People clicked. Now we have the more sensationalist sort of thing to do now is, yeah, red arrow meta as well. I mean, that was kind of part of it. Now it's typically you want to have like a face and like the pointing Wojak sort of feel to it towards the thing, because faces have now become the big thing. There's faces on the thumbnail that gets more traction. I can even speak to this myself. There was a section of time where I didn't put anything on there, then I started putting myself on there, then I put the VTuber on there, and I've seen what the difference is between all of these. I've also seen what happens when I took the VTuber away again. I did that a couple of times, and the streams were significantly less popular. Now, again, on my scale, that's a talk of between like 1 to 2, like maybe 10 viewers in total, right, on a video. But the fact is, it's notable. And even if I can notice these values being different, then that means there's a very valid point to say it on a much larger scale, because that's like, okay, say we'll use an example. I get 60 viewers on a stream. I get 10 less if I don't do this thing. That is a sixth of my viewership. For 60 viewers, that's, in a sense, not going to really change that, right? It won't sound like it hit you, pretty much. But it's like, it's a sixth of the viewership. If we look at a video that is 1 million views, though, a sixth is a lot, isn't it? We look at 6 million views. That's 1 million views difference. Now, admittedly, when we start getting to those numbers, it's actually even bigger of a gap that occurs, where it's the difference between 100 million and maybe 1 million. Or it's a difference between 1 million and 100,000. And this is stuff that I have seen people talking about a lot. I think I recently listened to Moldhound talking on this, which was really fascinating. And he talked about like what gets clicks, what gets viewership, what gets consistency, what doesn't. And it was really, really informative because it was a more modern version of this discussion point. So it's really, really important to acknowledge that, like, this is the case, and the more you feed into it, the more you fuel it. There's a reason why, while I talk on these subjects, I try and talk on them with, like, here is what kind of happened, here's some of the stuff that's come from it, here's the actual stuff we can learn from this situation that per se doesn't even actually require the situation, other than a foundational, like, here is an example, right, of what we're talking about. That's why, like, as well with this situation we were talking about, I immediately also swung in with several other other examples of this sort of stuff occurring, to now bring it away from this specific situation, so it's no longer talking about this specific drama, it's talking about the concept of this. Also, welcome to me being like that hyper-informative, fucking excessive, talky person again. I don't know, I find this stuff very important to talk about. I don't know if I'd say fascinating to talk about. I would definitely say there's a level of interest I have with this field. Purely because, like, it's morbid curiosity, right? Like, what does it take for someone to, like, start becoming disenfranchised with the world they're living in because of the media they consume? Like, I know I definitely have a more optimistic view of the world than the average person, purely because the content I consume is more optimistic. It's more informative, it's more trying to see these positive spins on things, and that's because I personally believe that there is nothing wrong with looking at the negatives, but it is trying to find the positive in the negative, trying to find ways that even if something is wholly bad, to find the learning moment from it. We like yapping, yap harder, fair. Because not naming an event in particular, but like if we were talking about, say, a situation where a World War III has occurred. Yes, I know we can make jokes about how it's already started. Whatever. World War III has occurred. A genocidal act is taken. We can all agree that that is just wholly bad, no matter how you perceive it. That, like, the mass loss of human life in general is, just unacceptable. Mass loss is just something that I can't even put into words how upsetting it is. This is something we can all agree is bad. It's wholly bad. But there's a learning point. Why did this occur? What led to these situations occurring? With World War II, as a rough example, we did have this kind of occurring. Why did this happen? Well, there was a large-scale discrepancy in the socioeconomic standing of a lot of people in all of Europe. the vast majority of high socioeconomic, or high class is the case in this point in time, high class individuals happen to also be Jewish. It was a very, very high percentage. A notable percentage. And simply put, it caused a lot of, what would be the best word for it? Distress amongst people. Now, lo and behold, an individual that had survived a war and had not come out of it well, he was already probably quite not okay before the war even, is a very valid way to put it, came in, and during a time where everyone is so down and out, where they're beaten and broken, in a sense, as a culture, as a people, comes in with a, we're not the bad guys. We can work hard together. We can do all of this together. But then sneaks in social policies that are absolutely inhumane. And they progressively happens, and with the addition of high charisma, led to a situation where, with perpetuation of indoctrination and propaganda and everything, led to what we kind of had coming out of that situation. We had a vast majority of the mad mentality going, I will agree with this point. Even if they didn't, they would because the herd did. They might be sitting on the fence, but because of the energy of being swept up with everyone else, they would follow suit. This led to some really messed up shit. We can all agree. But we've learned. We've seen here what happened. We've looked at what happened. We can learn from what happened. We learned that there was a mass discrepancy. There was a lot of, bad things going on. And this is where I say, not to anyone's negative, but, a lot of Europe wasn't happy at the time with this group of people. There is a nasty aspect that was, more or less confirmed, that the reason why they would, they would save certain citizens, and they wouldn't, refugee them into their own countries. No, they would refugee them over to, Jerusalem. They would send them away, because they don't want them in Europe anymore. It was a way to basically humanely get them out under the guise of being the good guys. That's pretty fucked up when you think on it, right? But, it looks good when the history books tell you it's good. So, what did we learn from this? We learned that when there is a portion of individuals with too much capital and a massive discrepancy with other people, there is a massive amount of problems that can occur between these lower quotation mark classes. We don't use those terms nowadays, even though they still kind of exist. But these lower classes and these higher classes. This has been notable throughout all of history. Okay, we're seeing this in the modern day, where there is almost a disconnect between considering a billionaire a human being anymore. And we saw this with the fact that, there was millionaires and stuff like that that have died recently. Or we had the, was it Jeff Bezos went to space with some other, very rich individuals, and there was a lot of people preying on a very bad event occurring with that. And it's that's not okay. It's not okay to wish for human life to be extinguished. But also, at the same time, you can understand where people are coming from, because it's what do you actually do? You don't actually help people, you kind of just only pad your own pocket. So it becomes quite an interesting point there. I love how this came from a situation talking about, like, people mistaking something for misogyny, and, oh, well, no, not misogyny, it's the other one, to, like, people wishing for capital punishment on people that are just rich. What a fucking parkour angle that was. But I do hope that, like, there's an understanding of, like, where I'm coming from with a lot of this stuff, right? So it's important to not, like, lose yourself. Again, it's don't get lost in the source, right? Don't get lost in the drama and the negativity on the internet, because it's just not fucking worth it. God, it's so tiresome. Want to hear a fun fact? There was a crazy knife man in my town. Got like 2 or 3 people in the neck in the course of 2 days. Living in a hotel. Apparently he was hunting for victims near his grandma's house. They caught him today. Fucking hell, that's terrifying. You were given a fruit basket and brought back a fucking bomb. Yeah, that is how I do my conversations when I'm just left to kind of my own devices. It's because, like, the larger scale of a thing you get with examples like that, when it still can be relevant, the more understandable it is to the grander audience, right? Like, I could give niche, at-home examples, and that would probably help as much. Whereas, like, much grander examples that people have studied, people have lived through, these sorts of things, that's stuff that makes more sense. But I am curious to see what is going to happen in the next, like, 5 to 10 years, because we are going to see something happen big. And I'm not sure what. Not sure if I'm gonna be happy about it either, because I'm pretty confident that I know what direction it's going. But yeah, no, that's fucking terrifying, Devil. I'm glad they caught them before they got too much further along. That's fucking disgusting, though. Yeah, says Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Honestly, I would jump into bed right now. Don't test me, child. I was in the area, like an hour before he got his first victim, and I was also in the area like 2 hours before it was... Fucking hell, that's terrifying. Am I officially a Malith's orphan? God damn it. A fine addition to my collection. Just General Grievous, but with orphans. Am I just misunderstanding what I'm doing here? Hmm. Father, I demand sweets. I do have some pineapple lobs. You're indeed failing at coding. I'm just like... I don't know what I'm getting wrong. I'm not quite understanding. So I'm setting up the array correctly, but I'm not populating it correctly somehow. Maybe you need water? That's fair. Gotta take a nap, going to the doctor tomorrow, so I want to be rested before that. Fair enough, Devil. Catch you later. Have a good rest. Or more falling pipes. Yeah, I could get hit in the head with a few more falling pipes. That might fix my brain. There's another thing I could be doing here, actually. Like getting fucking knocked out, Jesus. Okay, that answers that question. That's huge. Okay. That changes a lot here, actually. So that's confirmed something that I needed. Dibble. Dibble. that's not gonna work. Is it? Like, icky. Is like dust, say dibble, dibble. Looks like it's working. So now I need to set this correctly. Learned a widely regarded Polish slur that might get you punched if you said it to a stranger? Hell yeah. What are we doing in the coding department? I'm lost. So what I'm currently trying to fix, and I've been fixing for a while because it's just very weird, is I'm trying to integrate the system so I can swap the characters more cleanly, but have it so when you would go to the next room, it doesn't reset that. Because the problem is currently how a lot of the setup is it's pulling from... Okay. Yeah. Alright. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna move some stuff around. So currently what it's trying to do, also I think that was the music that just ended, right? Yeah. Sure. Fuck, sorry. It's really hard to explain this while I'm also dealing with the other things. I will get to it in a moment. Alright, cool. And that's working. There we go. Alright, so what I'm trying to get is when the game starts up, I want to set up a thing that when basically the player would enter into the game, they would create this. So I actually should be doing this very differently, but I will. Down by the fucking slammed in the head. Okay, that should actually work better. So when the local player comes in, what they should be doing is they should be checking against this list. When this list, what it's getting populated with is this struct here. Currently, this only inputs the player's preferred character index, which the intention is long-term that the character index for this will be set by whenever you would change it, it will save what one you're currently set as. So when the game closes, that's saved, but when you relaunch the game, it will put you back to that one. That's the preference architecture. So this is how I transfer that through so it works fine. So it'll only write it to you as the player, right? So then what I'm doing is after all of this is checked, I probably shouldn't actually run this on the local. I should just run it on the thing. I don't know. We'll see how they go. When I get to multiplayer, this might need to not be local. But keep in mind the game manager is also the multiplayer object. Multiplayer object in this is made to be consistent across all places. That is the, I need to set up an update system for when it does the multiplayer checkpoints, but it will basically mean that whenever something is put to the multiplayer, it is set to everything defaultly by that. That is where I hold global variables in a multiplayer setting. The players are individually set. That is what we've got. What I'm now trying to ensure is that when I go to a different room, because of the way players are set up, they are deleted and then remade on entry into a new room. I can't stop that from being the case. So I have to have things save on the game manager to carry them over if I want to. That's why what we're doing here is we're trying to grab the index that the player is, so what character they are equipped as, and make it so when I go to the next room, it retains that. That is our goal. Basically, we're just trying to make it so you can actually select a character and stay as said character when you go into the lobby. That's all. That's what it boils down to. That is what it boils down to. Much more complex explanation than I probably needed to give for that, because there are so many things going on. Welcome to why multiplayer sucks ass. So currently we're Iron Mouse. If we go into the lobby, we should be as Iron Mouse. That's the idea. That's the mistake, I should say. Which is what's happening. So now, I should be allowed to re-enable this. And this should make it so the multiplayer object changes. Correctly. All of this just so I can set what fucking character you are. And there you go. So that's functioning now. So what I should be able to do, because of the way we have this set up, I should be able to, say, drag another one of these in. So let's write this as Iron Mouse. That's the name. Variable will be edited to index 0. This one will be renamed to May for now. And then let's put in one down here. Yeah, I can't do spaces. Variables. Editable, and set that to 1. So now, if I go in, we have those 3 in the lobby. We should be able to get close, click on them, change the index, and change the index. Oh, fucking hell, that took a lot of work. But now, as the player, you can now switch between the characters in lobby. It is the most defaulting version of what we're going to have long term for that. But it is what we wanted long term for it. Which leaves me quite happy with this, actually, overall. Oh, that was an exhausting bit of code. Hey, Coffin, how's it going? Oh, yeah. I'll sort that out later. Oh, fuck, that took a lot of energy out of me. Figuring out that one. Oh. It's a lot going on with that, right? Because, again, this is the difficulty with multiplayer in general. Ow. Is, like, it has so many parts to it that can just not work. It's not even break, it's just not work. You have to do so much redundancy case scenarios when you're dealing with multiplayer to enable everything to work, because you're no longer coding, like, when you're coding a single player game, you can just let things be a bit rough around the edges, as long as the stuff gets to where it needs to be, right? Multiplayer, that's even worse the case of you need to have exactly information get everywhere it possibly can. Which makes it really fucking hard. You need to have information as constantly available to all possible places to ensure things are done correctly. Oh. You just suck, be honest. That's fair. I mean, it's not fully wrong. No, multiplayer is just a nightmare. And it's why I laugh at any time, like, you see a single player indie game come out and people go like, you need to make this multiplayer, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'll get right the fuck on that. It's like, yeah, why is it taking, like, years or minimum, like, 7 months to do? It's like, I'm sorry, do you not understand how, like, variable data is stored? You doing a single player, that's fine, that does some stuff. No, you talk a multiplayer, oh, that shit's got whole lots of problems. You need to have, like, cache refreshes. You need to ensure the camera figures out where the fuck it should go. What camera, what viewport, can it even display certain things at certain angles, because now it needs to render things that it might not have rendered before. It's a whole fucking nightmare. Does depend on the engine how hard it is to do, admittedly. For me, I have the problem that, like, every player needs their own viewport, and I need to ensure that works. And that no viewport is, like, potentially breaking by comparison to another. Oh, God, I am actually getting drowsy now. I'm actually getting fucked up. I'm gonna look at magic cards for a moment to make myself feel better. Thanks for that. Just keep them coming. Maybe Eggman's not that good in this deck. Construct, robot, or vehicle. Can I... Can I do more than one thing searched? Construct, and what was the other one again? Ribbit, right? Yeah, Eggman's not really worth it in this deck. Did you ever participate in the dumb internet things like this? No. No, I don't. I mean, I never do consciously, I'll say that. Have I potentially gone an entire month without, auto gratification? No. Like, I don't know, probably. Have I gone a month without masturbating? Fucking maybe. That's all I can say to that is maybe. I don't fucking remember if I have. But no, I've never consciously participated in internet, things. Because I think they're stupid. Because keep in mind, I grew up with, like, well, I say grew up. I witnessed the Tide Pod era. Right? And I'm, like, very, very confident in the fact that I just don't want to get involved with people that think that stuff's, like, fun. Like, funny? Sure. It's funny to point and laugh. Exactly. It's funny to point and laugh at people that think that that's cool to do and shit, but, like, it's depressing as well because this is people putting their livelihoods in jeopardy because random dissidents think telling people to do stuff is really, really cool. Even though sometimes it's not even just random internet dissidents, it's sometimes your president telling you to inject fucking, what was it? Hand sanitizer. Or something like that, right? I think that was what happened that one time. Yeah, no, Donald Trump straight up said, like, inject hand sanitizer. And, like, there was a whole thing, that, like, within the day, the, like, a lot of head people, had to put out reports and stuff warning people to not do that. This is actually 100% real. So, again, this is why when I say listen to professionals in the field, I also say don't listen to one. Don't listen to just one person when they tell you stuff. Listen to as many people as you can. If all of them are saying a very similar thing, then at that point in time, try and make an informed decision based on that. Yeah, okay. What do I want as that last thing? Do I want any of the stuff back in? I don't really want to have, is formed and new I took out. And multiplied, because multiplied I kind of want to make a deck around. Don't really have a way to use the beast effectively. Kind of am already tempted to take out Solemn, and he's already in. I kept you in. Renegade Silent Missy, of course. Goldblaze got added. Then a bunch in between. Dalek Squadron, Dalek Drone, Cyberman Squadron. Cyberman Squadron's one of the best cards in this, by the way. I'm tempted to take Toymaker's Trap out as well. Like, I've got a couple of cards I could still keep removing from this deck. What does EDH Rick have for cards, ideas that I could, like, play around with? Ah, yes, J. Jonah Jameson. Actually would be really good in this deck. Because all of the Daleks have Menace. common sense. I mean, do you want my boring thing that I'll always say? Common sense is a myth and it doesn't actually exist, because the idea of an understanding existing commonly amongst all of the living people in the world is impossible, because culture and societal differences occur. So therefore what my common in my group of people could be is not the common that could be even in the people in the next street down. Like, it could be common sense to for everyone in my neighborhood to wash their windows on the same day. That is considered, quotation marks, common sense. Someone moves out, someone moves in, they stop doing it. Do you bully that person? Oh, you don't have common sense. Everyone washes our windows on the same day. That is that fun thing. Honestly, Iron Spider would be pretty decent in here. So yeah, if you ever hear me talking about common sense at all in some capacity, it's me normally saying it doesn't exist. And that's my, like, argument as to why. Attacks, each opponent discards a card, then each opponent who didn't loses 3 life. I see. I mean, yes, that would be good. Ooh, I wonder if Snake still has one of these around and it's not in use. Oh yeah, I could just toss the Master of Ethereum in. I have one of those. Emery could go in, but like the Master of Ethereum at least is like kind of makes sense because it's an artifact itself. I don't want to go too far away from Doctor Who, and Emery feels like I'm going a little too far. Could you stop hitting me in the head with those? Kill, maim, burn! Choose one or more for 5 mana. Destroy thing, kill, maim, burn. Deals 3 damage to a player, target player. That's pretty good. Kill, maim, burn. Yeah, and their name is death would be amazing, but like, what can you do? It's a Warhammer one. Oh, oh, that's a rough one. Truth or consequences? So it's a secret council, so everyone votes secretly. For truth or consequences. Then, for each truth vote, you draw a card. Then, choose an opponent at random, and it deals damage to equal to the amount of consequence votes. Like 3 times the amount of consequences votes. So, like, everyone that doesn't want you to draw cards could just get nuked. Nanogen conversion. Quantum misalignment is an insanely good card. Does Exsanguinate really work in that deck? I don't think it does. I don't generate, like, enough mana to excess it in excess, right? Vile duplication, I could see an argument for. Nah. Well, I mean, it's 3. That's what you're wanting, right? Stronic Resonator would be really clean in this, actually. Oh, Entropic Battle Cruiser. Yeah! It is another artifact. Thrumming Stone? Why? Why do, what? I'm not gonna even bother. Mystic Forge. I think I have a spare Mystic Forge at the moment. I like that more than Solemn. I mean, Samulcrum Synthesizer would be fucking amazing. Court of Ambition would be very fitting, actually, I have to say. Oh. Stop the Spy Network wouldn't be a bad shout, but Biotransference would be incredible. So would Mechanized Production. I don't think I've got a spare Mechanized Production, though. Oh, Tezzeret. Boy, do I want to get one of you. Ultros would be sick, but I don't have one. Oh yeah, do you guys... I say, what the fuck? Are you guys interested, potentially, in a deck, in a pack opening stream for Magic? Because I am probably gonna buy, I'm considering buying a box of Avatar. At least a box. I'm not kidding. They are spenny. But I am considering that. Which is why I'm, like, being so hesitant with a lot of other stuff at the moment. Because I want to get one of that, and I want to get the Doctor Who ones. So I'm like, that's kind of my Christmas. That and the PC parts. Would you all want to see that? It'd take a while. I don't think it'd be it could be kind of a whole stream. Be a lot of talking about Magic and seeing what I can do with it. And watching me go, oh cool, that's a $50 card. Put it to the side anyway. Same with the rest. So yeah, Toymaker's Trap is probably the other thing I'd take out. Technically, Wayfarers could come out. But Grixis does already struggle with ramp. So, more ramp is not a bad thing. So Goblies is the only card I don't have for this. That's kind of funny. Oh, what's his name? What's his name? I don't have it in front of me. This is actually just gonna be the fastest way to fucking find the card I'm thinking of. Yeah, it says right. I think that's him. Whenever this attacks, mill 3 cards, you may put an artifact, creature, or vehicle among the cards milled this way into your hand. I don't do enough graveyard specific to justify putting that one in, I think. If like, ironically enough, if I leaned more away from, I think, the Cyberman angle, and a lot of the enchantments went away, doing a Necron Cyberman Dalek deck would be kind of fucking funny. Right? Because it would be moving a little bit away from the, like, stuff like Missy specifically. It'd be a lot of the villainous choice stuff goes away as well, like the Valyard. Valyard, the Ranny goes away. I kind of don't really like the Ranny. But, like, it would be kind of funny to have Necrons in there as well. The reason I'm even looking at this, if it's questioned, I actually have this card. I have 1 or 2 of the cards from this. I also have the Canoptic Spider here, which is whenever a non-token artifact enters, or a vehicle enters, I draw a card. Under my control, I should say. But it would just basically be taking away a lot of the, like, fringe cards that are very much like villainous choices or all that, to lean heavier into the artifact synergy. But because I don't have a spear, basically Necron precon for it, I'm not doing that. Would be really funny though. Yeah, I think outside of, like, Sean, probably. I don't think I've got much else I would want to put in the Toymaker's Trap spot. I actually want to double check something. Does this tell me all of the cards that are in it, including these other ones? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Doesn't tell me what the... I'm pretty sure I remember it's either a command tower or a lotus petal. Yeah, this one. So Master Emerald Shrine. And these. Lotus Petals, which are all just Chaos Emeralds. If you're wondering why the fuck I'm looking at these, so it's Super State, Sonic, Shadow, Tails, either a Chaos Emerald or the Master Shrine. Amy, Dr. Eggman, and Knuckles are the ones that I may or may not have gotten now. Or at least in the mail for me. Would have really liked Fabricate. That would have been a nice one. That's a cute, generous gift as well. Headless Buttes, alright. But these aren't even... I couldn't see them. Open the Armory is always a good card. Rings so nice. Yeah. Point is, yeah, I bought that specific pack of the Secret Lair. I'll see if Snake has a spare Sean, and I can borrow it for this deck. I'll keep that in mind. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I need to stop looking at these because I'm not like my brain's not functioning at all at this point. I think I'm gonna call it soon, especially knowing that I've got a lot that I need to get done. All right. With that being the case, I think I will call it here. It is a bit short of the 4 hours, but it is what it is. Again, I'll quickly reiterate now, and I might make a message on Discord later about it. There is a chance of tomorrow's stream either being delayed by a minimum of an hour to potentially 2 hours is more likely, if it's gonna happen, to the fact that it might not happen. We will see what condition I'm in when the time rolls around. That's, I think, about it. So, I am constantly trying to work on getting the stuff done for this so I can actually get that update out. I know I said last week was how long I wanted to take, but, like, shit did not work out, right? But you can see now that, like, we are at the state where, like, the game itself, arguably, outside of a couple of errors, that I can need to resolve and shouldn't take too long. Outside of a couple of errors, this is pretty much what I will be posting. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do other than fixes. So, with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.